Greetings! This is Robin's Book Club, episode 75, Performance by Richard Avedon. I'm Robin, and in these videos I show you a photo book from my collection and provide a short introduction and conclusion. I might even ask you a few questions for you to think about. This book was published in 2008 and I picked it up in 2020 when it was available at a fairly big reduction, just around about, I paid £50 for it, which was a lot less than RRP. Used, it goes for more than double that now, and one new price I saw recently was 7 times what I paid for it. So think carefully before you go and buy this book. Avedon, 1923 to 2004, is a certified legend in the worlds of photography, portraiture and fashion, and many current photographers cite him as a crucial influence on their own work, and often his portraits of people have come to be seen as definitive. This book focuses on his work with performers, so we can expect lots of actors, musicians, comedians, dancers, although interestingly, Avedon claims that all of us are performers. He says, we all perform. It's what we do for each other all the time, deliberately or unintentionally. It's a way of telling about ourselves in the hope of being recognised as what we'd like to be. As we go through this book, naturally I'll pause longer on some photographs than others, and it's worth noting that I've edited out, I think it was 4 photos that may not be considered safe for work. There's nothing wrong with them, but better safe than sorry, right? Many of these photos are well known, but I urge you to really take your time and look at them. And pause the video if you need more time with some of them. And I think that might be especially true of the Marilyn Monroe photo taken after what Avedon describes as she did Marilyn Monroe. And then there was a lull. It's an amazing photograph. There are a few short essays in this book by colleagues and collaborators. Pianist and conductor Mitsuko Uchida describes Avedon at work brilliantly. It's an amazing account, but there's one line which really stood out. She says, "Whoosh! In between. Dick caught the moment you never knew existed." I found that phrase pretty revelatory. Made me think a lot about what is photography. Can we, I know the decisive moment isn't the be-all and end-all, but in portraiture, to catch the moment you never knew existed? Interesting. In the prologue, director of the Richard Avedon Foundation, Norma Stevens, speaks passionately about what it was like to work with him for 3 decades, and she expands on his obsession with the theatre. Apparently he used to go over and over again to see the same show, the same performance, the same actors, just to kind of, really take in the nuance, and he would take people with him and almost delight in explaining and showing and prompting them to enjoy what he was enjoying. She also recalls Richard Avedon was mesmerised by performance. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and as a reminder, I have affiliate links and buy me a coffee links in the description below. Well, I certainly hope you love this book as much as I do. It's a monster, isn't it? And absolutely brilliant. Did you notice the 4 images on the covers? They each include the photographer himself. I'm going to suggest that this can be interpreted as a comment that Avedon found his role as photographer to be somewhat performative too. Do you agree? Is this a coffee table book? Have you even got a coffee table? Let me know below. One thing is, it is a very large book, so if you were to get it, keep that in mind. You're going to need somewhere to keep it, and it's also constructed in a somewhat weird kind of boxy way. You're going to need to look after it quite well, but it certainly is an excellent book, and I hope that if you've not had the chance to experience it before, or you are not going to be shelling out the huge sums of money for it involved these days, that this video was helpful and an alternative to owning it. If you do want to buy it, please think about using my Amazon affiliate links below, for which I would earn a small commission, and you may also like to support me more regularly through Buy Me a Coffee. Thanks for watching.